Hello everyone, I'm Shannon 8X. In 2014, an incident occurred on a small island in the Gulf of Thailand, where two British tourists went to a bar late at night and then disappeared without a trace. It was not until the next morning that someone found them, by which time both had tragically lost their lives in a horrific state. Numerous theories have been proposed about the true nature of the incident, shrouded in mystery, much like the fog that envelops the island, obscuring what is real and what is fabricated. Or perhaps the Thai government has hidden the truth to protect their island tourism industry. So what really happened on the island that day, and what unknown secrets might lie hidden behind it? Nestled on the eastern shores of the Gulf of Thailand, part of the storied Indo-Chinese peninsula, lies a region steeped in cultural richness and vibrant history, home to approximately 76 million souls. Here, the flourishing tourism industry contributes a significant 20% to Thailand's GDP, drawing countless visitors each year to its enchanting landscapes and historic locales. Among the plethora of destinations, some islands stand out for their unique allure. One such gem is Koh Tao, located over 400 kilometers south of the bustling capital, Bangkok. Known affectionately as Turtle Island due to its distinctive turtle-like shape, this island is a jewel in the Gulf of Thailand, merely 60 kilometers from the mainland. Turtle Island, although the smallest among Thailand's famed tourist islands, spans a mere 20 square kilometers. It boasts the serene Sairee beach on its western shore, a 1.7 kilometer stretch of paradise framed by towering palm trees, pristine white sands, and the crystal clear azure waters of the Gulf. The island's tropical climate and gentle sea breezes make it a perfect escape for those seeking tranquility and beauty. Along the beach, impressive rock formations stand guard over luxurious beach resorts, where visitors can unwind on plush lounge chairs, savor the breathtaking seascape, stroll along the soft sands, or don snorkeling gear to explore vibrant coral reefs just beneath the water's surface. However, behind its idyllic facade, the island harbors a chilling secret from a recent past. The tranquility was shattered on the morning of September 15, 2014. At precisely 6:30 a.m., a female janitor, adhering to her daily routine, made her way from the pier to clean the beachfront stretching toward the upscale resorts. As she approached the rugged outcrops that marked the end of her route, a horrifying sight confronted her: a woman motionless in the shallow waters, and a man face down not far from her. The janitor's heart raced as she dialed for police assistance. Given Turtle Island's modest size and limited law enforcement presence, only a handful of officers could respond to what was quickly becoming a scene of grave concern. The scene bore the grim accessories of a mysterious and violent altercation: a discarded pair of shorts, a t-shirt, and a torn piece of cloth. Closer examination revealed 4 distinct wounds on the man's back, while nearby, the detritus of the incident was evident in scattered cigarette butts and a set of fresh footprints. DNA analysis of material from one cigarette butt pointed to an unidentified male, adding another layer of complexity to the already murky proceedings. Meanwhile, in a nearby flower garden, investigators uncovered a blood-stained hoe, directly linking the grim tool to the victims through forensic tests. The estimated time of death was pinned between 4 and 5 a.m. The two individuals who were later identified as deceased are Hannah Witheridge and David Miller, two young tourists who came to Thailand for a vacation. Hannah Witheridge, a young woman from a prosperous English family. Born in October 1990, she grew up in an environment filled with love and opportunity. Her father was a successful entrepreneur who managed a holiday home rental company, while her mother dedicated her life to raising Hannah and her two older siblings as a homemaker. Hannah was the cherished youngest child, known for her intelligence in a vibrant array of interests that ranged from horse riding to long-distance running, activities where she not only participated but often excelled. Her academic journey was equally impressive. Hannah attended Anglia University, where she distinguished herself through her diligent studies. She later pursued further education at Essex University, renowned for its robust research programs, which catered perfectly to her thirst for knowledge and commitment to excellence. In 2014, at the age of 23, Hannah planned a summer getaway with 3 close friends to Australia, envisioning a trip filled with adventure and relaxation. However, financial limitations prompted a change in their plans, leading them to choose Thailand, a decision significantly more economical, but not without concerns. Hannah's mother, ever protective, expressed her worries about the safety and security of her daughter traveling to a less familiar destination. Hannah reassured her with promises of daily phone calls, a small comfort that helped her mother consent to the journey reluctantly. Upon their arrival on Turtle Island on September 12, 2014, Hannah and her friends checked into the Sairee resort, intending to spend a week immersed in the island's stunning natural beauty and vibrant local culture. True to her word, Hannah regularly updated her family on her adventures, which included snorkeling, swimming with tropical fish, surfing, and lively pool parties at local bars. These calls were a source of joy for her family, painting vivid pictures of her exotic experiences abroad. David Miller, whose life tragically intertwined with Hannah's, was born in June 1989. With a degree in civil engineering under his belt, David pursued postgraduate studies before embarking on a professional journey that led him to a 6-week internship at a mining company in Australia. His love for travel and exploration brought him to Southeast Asia, accompanied by 2 friends. The trio had been enjoying the serene life on Turtle Island since August, embracing the laid-back beach lifestyle and vibrant nightlife. David and Hannah's paths crossed at a local bar, where they quickly formed a bond over shared interests and common backgrounds. This newfound friendship culminated in a group dinner on the night of September 14th, where they enjoyed the local cuisine and lively discussions. However, the evening took an unforeseen turn. In the early hours of September 15th, after a night of revelry, Hannah, significantly inebriated, needed assistance. David, acting the part of a protective friend, escorted her back to their resort to ensure her safety. They left the bar together, disappearing into the night, not knowing the grave fate that awaited them. As the investigation deepened, the police embarked on a massive effort to find a match for the DNA. They collected samples from over 300 individuals, encompassing friends of the victims, bar staff, and guests at the resort. Despite this exhaustive process, no matches emerged, leaving the authorities grappling with an increasingly complex puzzle. Initial suspicions fell on Christopher, a friend of David's, known to be romantically involved with him. Jealousy was suspected as the motive, particularly as Christopher had seen David leave the bar with Hannah. In a search of the rooms shared by Christopher and David, police discovered a pair of blood-stained trousers. Christopher also had injuries on his hands that resembled defensive wounds. However, subsequent DNA tests disproved any involvement by Christopher in the crime, as the blood on the trousers was his own and the injuries were incurred after the killings. The investigation also reviewed extensive CCTV footage from around the crime scene, capturing the victim's movements before the tragic incident. Footage from the evening of September 14th showed Hannah lively and cheerful in a pink shirt and white skirt, enjoying the company of friends at the Chopper Bar, a hotspot for tourists looking to immerse in the local nightlife. David was also seen, dressed in a teal shirt, arriving at the bar with friends at around 7:47 p.m. That night, the paths of David and Hannah's groups crossed for the first time, leading to an instant connection over shared experiences and mutual interests. They discovered that not only were they compatriots, but they were also staying at the same resort. Their conversation flowed easily, filled with stories of their travels and aspirations. David expressed his excitement about experiencing Thailand's famed full moon party, an electrifying celebration of music and dance under the moonlight, renowned globally among enthusiasts of electronic dance music. As the night progressed, Hannah and her friends eventually decided to continue their festivities at the AC bar, a mere 300 meters from their resort, leaving David and his group at the chopper bar. David later ventured out alone close to 1 a.m. to purchase sunglasses, a whimsical accessory for the night. He rejoined his friends shortly after, and they headed to the AC bar to catch up with Hannah. Around 3 a.m., feeling the effects of a long night, Hannah opted to return to the resort. She and David left together, their departure unrecorded by nearby surveillance, leading to speculation they might have taken a path along the beach, out of the camera's reach. This detail added another layer of mystery to the already complicated case, as they vanished into the night, only to be found later under tragic circumstances. Returning to the night of the incident. At approximately 11:10 p.m., surveillance cameras captured footage of 3 men on motorcycles, with one entering a nearby convenience store by the AC bar to purchase cigarettes and beer. This footage would later become a crucial piece of evidence. Around 3 a.m., the same cameras recorded a suspicious, shirtless man walking deliberately towards Sairee Beach. Approximately an hour later, this man was seen running back in a hurried, almost frantic manner. Sensing the urgency of the situation, the police released the footage to the public and offered a substantial reward of nearly $19,000 USD for information that could lead to identifying the suspect. Despite these efforts, the mystery only deepened as no useful information emerged. The somber news of the double murder spread rapidly across Western media on October 2, 2014, casting a shadow over Thailand's reputation as a safe tourist destination. In response to mounting pressure, local police made a breakthrough by arresting 3 men seen on the surveillance footage. These individuals were apprehended at the pier. One was a local who quickly provided an alibi and was released. The other 2, Zaw Lin and Wai Phyo from Myanmar, were undocumented workers at a nearby restaurant. Under interrogation, they shockingly confessed to the brutal assault on David and Hannah, corroborating their presence at the scene with DNA evidence that matched samples found on Hannah's body, as well as matching the cigarette brand discovered at the crime scene. In a grim reenactment, the police escorted Zaw Lin and Wai Phyo back to Sairee Beach the following morning, where a large crowd had gathered, drawn by the unfolding drama and the police's efforts to piece together the sequence of events. At the scene, the 2 suspects reenacted the entire process of their crime. Zaw Lin, Wai Phyo, and another friend rode motorcycles to Sairee Beach. They sat under the palm trees, smoking cigarettes, drinking beer, and playing music. One of them, being too drunk, bade farewell to the others to go home early. The 2 men continued drinking. At that time, David and Hannah passed by. Thinking they were about to witness something interesting, the 2 men smiled at each other, stood up, and followed them. They saw David and Hannah having sex in the rocky area. Then one of them found a hoe and swung it at David. The other pulled David out and held his head underwater until he passed out. Both men then started surrounding Hannah and began to molest her. After finishing, they pondered what to do next, smoked a few cigarettes, attacked Hannah with the hoe, and fled the scene. A local resident mentioned that there was a party on the beach that night with about 50 attendees. The atmosphere was lively and the party lasted until early morning. At the time the 2 men committed the crime, the party was ongoing, so even though there were people on the beach, no one noticed them. After meticulously reconstructing the sequence of events surrounding the crime, the 2 suspects, Zaw Lin and Wai Phyo, were transferred to a prison facility on Samui Island. On October 7, 2014, a mere 5 days following their apprehension, Representatives from the Myanmar consulate arrived to interrogate the duo. Surprisingly, both men staunchly maintained their innocence, alleging that their confessions had been extracted under duress. They claimed Thai police had coerced them with threats of being thrown into the sea to be devoured by fish. They admitted to riding motorcycles and visiting the convenience stores captured on CCTV, yet they denied being the shirtless man depicted in the surveillance footage. They recounted a peaceful morning at the beach spent drinking, chatting, and playing guitar, and claimed their only interaction with a mobile phone was finding one on the beach which they couldn't unlock. Panicked by the subsequent murder news, they disposed of the phone under a house. This phone, later retrieved by police, was confirmed to belong to David. The Thai police vigorously refuted these allegations, asserting that no coercion was employed during their interrogation. They confidently declared possession of ample evidence to secure a conviction, regardless of the suspect's admissions. However, this assertion did little to quell the growing murmurs of doubt surrounding the case's integrity. Another curious piece of evidence involved a witness who reported seeing David interact with a man wearing a red t-shirt marked by the number 9 around 1 a.m. on the night of the murder. This interaction was captured by nearby cameras, yet the man's identity remained undisclosed by the police, fueling suspicions that he might be connected to the crime. Further adding to the intrigue, an individual was frequently observed at the crime scene, seemingly monitoring the ongoing investigation. Local rumors suggested this onlooker owned the 2 bars David and Hannah had visited, leading some to speculate about his possible involvement, particularly as the shirtless figure in the footage. Sean McKenna, a 25-year-old who claimed friendship with David, proposed another angle. He suspected the murderer might be an entirely different individual. Sean had arrived on Turtle Island a week prior to the incident, planning to meet David on September 15th after seeing his social media post about visiting the island. Unfortunately, Sean overslept and missed the meeting, a regret that deepened after learning of the tragedy. A week later, Sean's life took a dramatic turn when he was suddenly pursued by 2 unknown men who aggressively accused him of the murders of David and Hannah. Terrified, Sean sought refuge in a convenience store, snapping photos of his accusers and threatening to expose them online, which caused them to flee. Police later escorted Sean back to his resort, where he revealed in an interview that he believed the men could be linked to powerful local gangs, possibly trying to frame him as a scapegoat. This experience solidified his belief that the 2 officially accused might be innocent victims of a miscarriage of justice. Shortly after his statement, Sean departed Turtle Island and returned to his home country, leaving behind a trail of questions and suspicions about the case. This series of events not only threw a spotlight on the complexities of the investigation, but also ignited widespread speculation that Turtle Island might be under the influence of a criminal syndicate, possibly in collusion with local authorities. These speculations suggested a deep-seated corruption that could be protecting the real perpetrator, casting long shadows over the island's justice system and the integrity of its law enforcement practices. On December 24, 2015, a dramatic verdict was delivered. Zha Lin and Wai Phyo, the defendants, were found guilty on all counts and sentenced to death. The verdict sent shockwaves through Myanmar, sparking widespread outrage and protests. Many viewed Zha Lin and Wai Phyo as scapegoats, wrongfully ensnared by a Thai government desperate to resolve a troubling case that had tarnished its tourism-friendly image. Amidst the uproar, Prime Minister Prayuth Chan-o-cha sternly reminded the international community and his citizens that everyone needs to respect the court's decision, and the Thai judicial system will not yield to public pressure. In the aftermath of the trial, allegations of misconduct proliferated. Laura Witheridge, sister of victim Hannah Witheridge, took to social media to denounce what she perceived as a dishonest investigation by the Thai police. Her claims gained traction and were soon followed by a cyber attack on several Thai government websites, further amplifying accusations that the 2 Myanmar citizens had been framed. The defense team, appointed by Myanmar, promptly appealed the verdict. They contested the integrity of the police investigation, arguing that it was marred by fabricated evidence and a lack of transparency. They highlighted multiple procedural failures, including the improper handling and preservation of crucial forensic evidence at the crime scene. Despite these compelling arguments, the Thai court upheld the original sentences, deepening the controversy and the sense of injustice felt by many. The saga took another turn on August 16, 2020, when, in a gesture of royal clemency, the King of Thailand pardoned 1,000 prisoners on his 68th birthday, including Zaw Lin and Wai Phyo. Their sentences were commuted from death to life imprisonment, a decision that, while mitigating their immediate fate, did little to quell the debates surrounding their guilt and the fairness of their trial. Meanwhile, Turtle Island, once a paradise sought by adventurers and romantics, experienced a significant but temporary decline in tourism. As the years passed, the sensational case of David Miller and Hannah Witheridge receded into a somber chapter of the island's history, overshadowed by subsequent mysteries. 7 more unexplained deaths of foreign tourists were reported, with local authorities suggesting these were accidents or suicides. Claims met with skepticism amidst the island's growing infamy as Death Island or Island of Doom. This dark reputation serves as a stark reminder that while travel offers a portal to new experiences and a break from the everyday, it also exposes us to unforeseen risks. Each journey invites us to navigate not only the physical landscapes, but also the intricate tapestries of local cultures, laws, and the unseen dangers that may lie in wait. As we seek the beauty and thrill of distant shores, we must tread with awareness and respect for the complexities and challenges that travel can present.